Hi guys, Momac back again, and in this video, I'm messing up my words already again. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 favorite album artworks of all time. Alright, let's begin. At number 10 is the album art for Eaten Back to Life by Cannibal Corpse. The only reason why it's at number 10 and not higher is the fact that it does suffer a bit, considering that the wording on it has changed for the worst. Like, here's the thing. The artwork itself is amazing, but the fact that they plastered with this re-release, they plastered on the newer Cannibal Corpse logo, and had the same thing with the Eaten Back to Life part. I'm stumbling my words already. I'm sorry. Yeah, it kind of makes it lesser than it actually than originally was, because when it had the original Cannibal Corpse logo and then the same wording with the original logo, it just looked amazing. But here, even though the artwork looks amazing, it's kind of has like a stigma to it, like an ugly stigma a little bit, because like it's awesome artwork, but pretty terrible font of the words are the font for the words are pretty bad compared to the original. But yeah, overall, I have this at number 10 just because the art itself is really good. I love the fact that it's artwork. It's like almost like a mid to late 90s sort of slightly more realistic 3D type, 3-dimension type artwork that would be on like a cover. It kind of reminds me of something that would be on the cover of like a Tales from the Crypt if it was like if they relaunched that series in like the mid to late 90s and had artwork. It would be kind of like this. But yeah, that's at number 10. I just might as well put this back. Anyway, number 9 is the artwork for Space 1992: Rise of the Chaos Wizards by Gloryhammer. This is amazing. I really love it. I love the pinks and purples on this album, and then I love how Gloryhammer, the logo for Gloryhammer is in bright, sort of like a what shade is that again? Not. I forgot what shade this is of green. I think it's called aquamarine. No, that's a blue. But you know that color of green, you know, this shade. I can't remember what it's called, but I love that shade of green. Sapphire? No, that's not it. I'm close, I think. It's not sapphire, it's I don't know, but that shade of green I absolutely love. And then like you have the I think this is supposed to be either I always forget how to pronounce his name. It's very complicated. It's very hard to pronounce it. Zorganthrax. There you go. I think this is either Zorganthrax or one of his minions on the cover. Although I don't think it's actually supposed to be Zorganthrax, because he looks completely different when you see the music videos. I don't know, maybe this is Zorganthrax, he just looks different on the cover, I don't know, but it's still really cool. It's just a group of, like evil space wizards, and you have the leader there. He's kind of holding a miniature version of the Earth, and it's on fire, but the fire's green. But yeah, it's really cool. I love, like, at first I thought that was his face, but it's actually a mask. Like, I thought like the bottom half was the mask and his eyes were actually red, but no, that's just part of the mask. But yeah, it's really cool. I love the colors. I love the actual characters on the front. Really cool. That's at number 9. I'm gonna put this back too. Might as well put them back after showing you each of them. So that would go. Oh wait, I put the wrong one in here. Hold on. Let me actually go to the front. I have these all in alphabetical order. Like, I have them in alphabetical order in terms of band, not in actual album title. Oh, no, that's not the right spot. And then that goes there. Alright. Alright. Next up is the artwork. Was that number 10? Yeah, this is number 8. Number 8 is the artwork for I was gonna say Maximum Overload. No, the Extreme Power Metal. Sorry, Maximum Overload was the other one, the one before this. But yeah, the one. No, that wasn't the one before this. The really crappy one was Reaching for Eternity. But no, anyway, this artwork for the most recent Dragon Force album is amazing. I love how it's themed, like it's sort of a retro theme, like an 80s or 90s retro theme. Like you have the famous sort of iconic laser grid pattern that you had that was very, very popular in like the mid to late 80s. And it's just, then you have like a flying car. You have this Dragon Force and sort of futuristic. It almost looks like some kind of like really high-end, almost laser tag armor in a way. Like, that's pretty cool. I love it. And you have like a metal dragon in the background. And then the Dragon Force logo. It's my favorite version of the Dragon Force logo. It's in like this sort of, it's in like 3 different colors altogether. Like there's like a metallic blue, a whitish purple, and then a dark purple on the bottom there. I love it. And then I guess the artwork kind of continues on the inside as well. But yeah, amazing artwork. I love it. Then okay. Number 7 is the artwork for Wasp's first album. Now, it isn't very much compared to the other ones I just showed you, but it's still really, really, really good. Like, it's sort of a haze. Like the band themselves is in the foreground, and then there's like sort of mist swirling around, and sort of swirling around them, sort of and then like on the ground, like it's sort of a rocky surface, and on the ground there's just some bones scattered around, and then on the in the very, very background there's like almost like 2 pillars, and then like a weird sort of frame made out of wood, and then tied to that on ropes is a skeleton, and then there's sort of like a skull and crossbones up top there. And then there's sort of eyes in the background too. I didn't notice this before, but there's eyes in the background. I don't know. It almost looks like Blackie's eyes, almost. I think that might be Blackie Lawless's eyes. I don't know. Might be one of the other band members, but I don't know. I just find this very cool. Like, yeah, it's not bright and flashy, but it's still really, really cool. The band members are all really cool looking too. Like, I love their outfits. But yeah, that's a number 7. And goes. Wait, oh, I almost fell. There we go. Alright, that was at number 7. At number 6 is the artwork for Show No Mercy by Slayer. Yeah, usually I don't like plain black backgrounds on album art because, in my opinion, it's very lazy. Like, it just is an excuse for the artist not to do a full artwork. But from time to time, there's an exception to that where it looks fine, and this is one of those exceptions. Like, again, you have Show No Mercy and like flames up top there. Then you have the demon Baphomet holding a sword, standing next to a pentagram made of swords, and then the Slayer logo's on that. I love it. It's very sinister, very thrash in the 80s. It's just everything good about it. But yeah, I love the artwork for this. That's at number 6. Hang on. Alright. At number 5... Wait, is that number 5? Hold on, my number's done. Okay, no, I'm right. At number 5 is The artwork for Defenders of the Faith by Judas Priest. Again, a plain black background, but it works this time. I guess the reason why it works here, and I guess it's for a little bit of the same reason for Show No Mercy, is the fact that the main thing in the foreground is so colorful. The main picture in the foreground is so colorful that it complements the plain black background perfectly. Like, again, you have like all these sort of reds, blues, oranges, and a little bit of silver in there as well. And that's just an awesome character, too, the Metalion. Like, again, sort of like I guess, like, the front half is like a robotic or cyborg a lion, and then the back half's a tank. It's just really, really awesome. Again, the color scheme is amazing. And the logo, that classic 80s Judas Priest logo. It's not my favorite logo, but it's probably my second or third favorite version of the logo. And then it kind of continues on the inside, and then there's the shadow of the Metalion on this side. But yeah, it's just a really classic logo. Not classic logo, classic album art. And even if no one, even for people who haven't heard this album, they've seen this artwork because it's everywhere, and it's just amazing. But yeah, that's at number 5. There we go. Just set that there for a second. At number 4 is the artwork for From Beyond by Massacre. Again, this is like I said in another video or a couple of different videos. The artist who did this artwork did the artwork for the first 3 Death albums. His name was Ed Repka. There's some artwork on the back too, but it's sort of covered up by the picture of the band and then the lyrics, so you can't really see it that well. But on the front is where the artwork shines the most. Like it's sort of a pinkish sort of vortex or portal that demons are flying out of. You got like some all different types of demons right there, just flying or floating out of a vortex. And then you can see where the vortex started and is going through, and they're sort of going through it. I just love the color palettes. Like there's like the pink is for the vortex and the demons. Like the one demon is pink, but then the other ones are sort of a greenish, almost greenish tan in a way. Like that's really, really cool. And the logo too. The logo is awesome. How it's sort of like it's sort of really billowy, I guess. Like it's sharp, but it's also very smooth. I don't know how to describe it, but it's sharp but smooth at the same time. And then I love how like it's like a slightly different color. Like one half of the logo is a slightly different color than the other half. And no, this isn't a misprint or anything. That's how the logo is supposed to look like. Like the beginning of the word massacre is like a darker metallic color, like a darker like metallic gray color, almost blue, almost a darker metallic blue color. And then the other half is more of a a lighter metallic gray. But yeah, just a really awesome artwork by Ed Repka. But yeah, really awesome. It's at number 4. This backwards supposed to go. There, right before more grenade. Okay, back in there. All right. At number 3 is the artwork for Scream Bloody Gore by the band Death. This is like it's kind of the same thing, like I said, with Eaten Back to Life, where this artwork looks like it would have come out of Tales from a cover art for Tales from the Crypt comic, but this so even more than Eaten Back to Life. It's just really, really cool. Again, Ed Repka, who did this artwork. I love it. It's sort of like a tomb, or maybe even a sewer, but I think it's a tomb, like a mausoleum or something, I don't know how to pronounce that, mausoleum, I don't know, but it's something like that, like a mausoleum, or even a sewer, maybe a forgotten sewer system, but like there's like a throne in there, or maybe even an old forgotten temple, maybe, but it's somewhere ancient. and there's like a throne and like just like a bunch of undead corpses like sitting around like in monks' robes, and they're all like each of them have a goblet with a blood in it, the goblet of gore. Like it's just amazing. I love how I guess they're all in like different stages of decomposition. This one's a complete skeleton. This one, yeah, that one still has hair, and a little bit of flesh on the arm. This one still has both his eyes and his tongue. And then the main guy up here, he's mostly skeleton, but he still has hair and one eye. And then like he's holding a goblet. Like I love the atmosphere of the cover too. Like I love it. Like the main guy, the main skeleton in the throne. It almost looks like he's sort of like holding out the goblet to the person looking at the album art. Like he's sort of like trying to draw the person in. Like you look at the album artwork and like you look at the goblet, you look at this guy in the album artwork. He looks like he's trying to draw you into the album, trying to lure you in. You know, like here, listen to this. I know you'll love it. And also like this is the best logo for the band. Like this is Death's best version of the logo. Like, yeah, I kind of like the other ones too, but this is the best that it's ever been on this album. It's like, it's in blood red. Like the D, like the letter D has a spider web inside the middle of the section of the letter, and then there's like a spider hanging from the web. The E is very angular and very weird. The A is like a partial pentagram. The T is an upside down burning cross, and then the H on top of the H there's the Grim Reaper, head of the Grim Reaper. Then in front of the actual logo itself is the Grim Reaper's scythe. I just love that logo, and I love this particular version of the logo. Like it's never been as good as this. Like yeah, it's been pretty good on the other albums, but it's never been as good as this. Oh, and I love how like the sleeve for this album has it's very shiny. I mean, it's not shiny on the actual case, on the actual like pamphlet thingy on the actual cover, but yeah, the slipcase that it goes on, like the slipcase that covers the actual case, it has the logo. It's very shiny, and I love it. I just wish they would have made the actual one here very shiny too. Because on the vinyl case, like on the vinyl, the case of the vinyl is actually shiny, but on the case of this version on the CD, it's not. It's only on the sleeve. But yeah, it's just a really awesome album art, and I love it. It really complements the sound of this album. Like the artwork really complements the sound that this album has. It's very unique sounding too for death metal. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm just gonna set that over there too. Alright, next up. Oh, there we go. Next up at number 2, my second favorite album art of all time is from the Death Album 3 by Dethklok. This is really, really cool. I love the color scheme. I love the reds, the fiery reds, the fiery oranges, the deep purples and pinks and the blacks. Like, you can't really see the artwork too well here, just because you really need like a bright room to see all the colors perfectly. Like, hold on, I'm gonna try to get a light. I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to get a light to see if this works. Oh, I could just use here. Found something. All right, I got a flashlight. I'm gonna see if this works because the lamp isn't doing anything useful. But I don't know if you could see it. Hold on, let me. Alright, so I don't know if you could see it with the flashlight. Oh, I have a flashlight in my room. I don't know why. I just do. Anyway, oh, there, you can see it better now. You could kind of see it better. There we go. Hold on. You can kind of see the colors better now. Like, there's a lot of, just a great color scheme. I love how the Dethklok logo is like a bright, fiery orange. My favorite version of the Dethklok logo. And then you have the Death Album 3 in red, text on the bottom. And then there's like a sort of a feathery winged demon flying through a hellscape. Just a really great album art, and I love and a really great color scheme too. Like, this album art definitely has one of the best color schemes of any album art. Like, not, I mean, yeah, it's my second favorite, but I really, really love the color scheme. Like, it's just, it fits the tone of this album. Like, that's the thing. For an album artwork to really, really, really work well, like, yeah, it could look good, but it also has to, like, the color scheme and what's depicted has to fit the sound of an album. And a lot of times that's kind of completely not remembered when an album art is being made for an album. The artwork just kind of there. But yeah, it's just a really great album artwork, and I love it. Yeah. There. And my favorite album artwork of all time, I think I may have mentioned this before in a video, but I'm not sure. My favorite album artwork of all time is the original artwork for Iron Maiden's album, The Number of the Beast. Yeah, they kind of ruined it later on when they released the remasters, and they just completely changed the artwork for the worst. But from 1982 to 1995, when they still had the original artwork, like, this was the best artwork, and it still is. I just wish they never changed it, because it was very unnecessary and very stupid. But yeah, just the color scheme is amazing too, like the bright blue sky, the clouds. You can kind of see there's clouds in there too. The weird sort of pinkish orb over there. The bright red of the devil, and then Eddie just like puppeteering him from above. Like, I love the bright blue, like the bright blue of his jeans. The bright blue of Eddie's jeans complements the bright blue of the sky very well. And his shirt is, of course, is the classic white shirt he wears. And then the hellscape too on the bottom there. On the bottom, the hellscape is really cool. Like, you could tell, like, it almost seems like the hellscape, like the land, the actual ground is made up of like just like random like creatures. Like, it's not even actual ground. It's just a configuration of like different creatures almost. And the fire too, the bright yellow fire as well. I just love this artwork so much. And then, yeah, of course, the title of the album, The Number of the Beast, in blood red. I just really, really love it. It's amazing. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I'll put that there. I'll see you guys next time. And, yeah, that's it for the video.